Alright, so a new Shudder film, The Unheard, which is a drama, mystery, horror. Barely a horror film, really, and barely a mystery, because even drama is not really... Like, it's a horror, somewhat. Like, it has supernatural elements in it. It does have a killer in it as well. Like, it's trying to be, like, almost a slasher mystery film, but it doesn't succeed. It was directed by Jeffery A. Brown, which I think did a horrible job. And I don't know if he wrote this. If he did, then terrible writer. Should have got somebody else to write this, because stuff in this does not either make sense, or it was just straight up boring. And to mention, it's a 2-hour long. Pretty much, the plot is a girl named Chloe undergoes an experimental procedure to restore her hearing, and pretty much she begins to suffer from auditory hallucinations related to the vanishing of her mother. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. She loses her hearing as a kid. Wants to do a procedure to get hearing done, which is cool because she does get it back, but then weird stuff happens where she can hear stuff or see stuff. This movie, so boring. Like, at the beginning, it was sort of interesting where they played with sound a bit at the beginning, like to have her POV, point of view, stuff at the beginning. Like, it would drown out, like, the sound, the audio of people talking or whatever. So I kind of liked that, but then, and then it tries to introduce this serial killer that's on the loose in town, because she moves back into town to, I guess, sell her old childhood home or something. She meets her old childhood best friend, this guy across the way, who's also an oddball, which there's a somewhat reasoning of why he acts the way he acts, but then that doesn't really connect to the rest of the stuff. And even his character by the end is pointless. Like, when he shows up is pointless. But yeah, the whole serial killer thing. This movie shot fine. The acting was fine, decent. It's not amazing to me. The editing at times is odd because it fades to black as if it's on a made-for-TV film. I'm like, why are you doing that? You're not. And then it also was hurting my ears when it would have the audio jump up when it's doing like creepy scenes with the oh yeah, this movie will give you epilepsy, so be careful with if you're sensitive to flashing lights. This movie will give you some problems, possibly, especially by the end. Yeah, it wasn't scary. I didn't find it scary. The main chick, I thought she was kind of just there. She wasn't really, like, at the beginning, again, I thought she was fine. She was a decent person. Like, I didn't hate her by the end or anything, but I was just, this movie's kind of boring. And then the fact that, like, she just, stays home, goes out, talks to people, stays home, goes out, calls her doctor. I forget her doctor's name, but she called her doctor a couple times, and I swear she almost comes on to her doctor in a scene. And then I was like, is this gonna lead to something? It's really they gonna bang? Like, I thought this, I'm pretty sure the doctor-patient relationship has to end a certain, length. But no, they don't do that, which is funny. And phew, because that would have been cliche. I guess this character is supposed to be bi or gay or whatever, I guess, because she, again, I swear she tried to come on to her doctor. I guess her doctor wasn't into that. Or she was like, we can't do this. But, yeah, like, the overall... Oh, yeah, the chick that plays in the main girl, Chloe, the actress, she plays Glenn and Glenda in the Chucky TV series. So, which I did not care for that performance, really. And, well, now, the reason I have a problem with that, never mind. Never mind with that. But this movie, I would say avoid it because it's boring. If you want to watch a slow, because it tries to be like a slow burn, and it has no gore. Really, there's really no gore. Like there's one random kill in this. The killer at one point kills like a random chick getting off night shift or whatever, and just I guess stabs her. Or, no, slits her throat, and that's it. And then for the rest of the film, we don't see the killer until like the climax. And even the reveal is very lame because like, oh, is that guy? Why? And why is he doing this? And even like the way like they try to, I guess, kind of try to hint that he's either hearing stuff or seeing victims that he's killed or something. I guess, possibly. I guess that's why. But then I'm like, well, this movie doesn't make sense with motivations. I don't know what you could have done with like it. I don't see why you couldn't have just done like a. You didn't need the if anything, cut out the serial killer thing because it doesn't make sense. It's kind of lame if you ask me. It should have been just cut out, not even mentioned. Because it's a boring movie. Like, it's just her at home doing whatever, waiting to hear again. Again, there's like not really a lot of characters. There's only 3 people if you. I guess if you count her best friend, her childhood best friend's mom in one scene. But other than that, it's just, well, I guess if you count the doctor as well as that. But even so, like, it's just 3 people mainly in this film. And it tries to be, again, a mystery, and I wasn't intrigued on who it was and really care by the end of it. And it ends very, very abruptly. And I do mean abruptly. And then I'm like, how's this gonna go over with the aftermath of this? Like, she gonna call the police? And then what? Because, like, I do wonder, like, because she's the last one to see her doctor. Because her doctor ends up disappearing that night when she tries to come on to her. So I'm like, if they got phone records, they run through that phone record and be like, you were the last one to call her so and so to see her. We need to talk to you. We want to talk to you. But yeah, this is a boring slob fest. The only good thing about it, I mean, was the beginning where they played a little bit with the audio. I guess technical spots of the film. But other than that, it's a lame film. I would not recommend it at all. But yeah, please give this video a like, thumbs up, share, comment.